everyone, welcome to this week's DIY. It's your girl Madison once again, and this week we are going to be doing something super fun called a garland. Now if you don't know what a garland is, it is usually a runner, like you know what a table runner is? Imagine that, but with all florals and greens and things like that. So we're going to be doing a eucalyptus garland. These are really cool because they add not only a beautiful look to your table, but they smell amazing. So we got a bunch of different types of eucalyptus for you, so let's go through it. All right. First, we have this one eucalyptus type, and it's called seeded euc. It's called seeded euc because it has seeds all over it. It smells good, and it adds a great texture to your garland. So we're going to be using that. Then we have another called silver dollar. Silver dollar is very fluffy and looks like little dollar coins. That's why it's called silver dollar. And the color of it is very pretty. It's very, what word going? It's like 3D. It's very 3D, like the way they stand up and how they like pop out. Very beautiful. So we're gonna be using those. And then also we're gonna be using one of my favorites, baby blue euc. Sorry, I almost called it true blue. That's bigger. Baby blue euc is like very tiny eucalyptus, and they look like little towers. They smell good, and to me, this is one of the more fragrant types of eucalyptus. These are the ones that people usually bunch and hang in the shower like this, because it's so fragrant. So this one is going to be one that we use. And then lastly, as a little accent that we're going to, just put and sprinkle throughout our garland, we have this. This is called bleached and dried willow. So very excited to use this. Again, it is bleached and dried, so it's very fragile. So just make sure you're being gentle as we are wrapping. This is going to be very similar to how we do our wreaths, but it's going to be in a straight line. So the only tool we will need today, only tools, is going to be our handy dandy clippers, and then some bind wire. All right, let's get started. So you know the drill. You cut these into little packet pieces. So we're gonna cut these into palm-sized pieces this time. So the size of your hand. If you got big hands, that's okay. You'll just have a huge garland. So we're gonna use palm-sized pieces, and we're gonna cut them to that size. Love the holiday season. I'm gonna say that every video. Love the holiday season. We're just gonna make a pile of these, and we're gonna need a lot of them. So this ain't no mini wreath this week, y'all. This is a real dinner table centerpiece. So we're gonna make sure that we have a lot of each item. We're just gonna keep going. Remember those palm-sized pieces. I got really short hands. I always wanted like long hands, but I don't. That's okay. My wreath will just be short. All right. Also be careful with your pruners. I'm over here nipping away, not even looking at what I'm doing. Be careful. Safety check. Oh man. All right. Speedy. Alright, you can get rid of little pieces like that. They don't really have purpose here. There we go. We go. And this piece is, I could use it, maybe. Alright, now we got a big old pile of baby blue euc. So now we're gonna go on to our silver dollar euc. Good thing about silver dollar is it's really gonna fill out our garland. So we're gonna cut this into pieces. Again, palm-sized pieces. We're gonna make our pile. So yeah, palm-sized. When they come really branchy like this, again, just use your hand to measure out all those pieces. So cut that. I'm gonna cut right here. And now I can make a bunch of pieces out of one. See how many pieces I got out of that one stem? Crazy. Crazy pants. Right? This piece right here. piece. Palm size piece. Alright. Get rid of any pieces that did not serve a purpose. This one's already kind of palm size, so that one's good. Then we have this one that I can honestly spin now. Here we go. All right, so we got our pile of baby blue uke, silver dollar, and then seeded uke. So now we are gonna go into our seeded uke, silver dollar and seeded uke. All right, so again, you're gonna make those palm-sized pieces. I cut that one perfectly, and that's a good, long, spiny piece. These are going to add great texture to our garland. All right. So now that we got our pieces going on, I'm going to cut down our willow too. Make little palm-sized pieces of our willow. I'm not gonna put a piece of willow in every bunch. I'm just gonna sprinkle it throughout my garland. Because we don't have a lot of it, but that's because it's just an accent. It's just an accent. All right, so let's get started. So we're gonna grab about 1 or 2 pieces of each thing that we got going on. So I got one of these. This really fills up a lot, so I'm gonna grab like maybe 1 or 2 pieces of that. And then some eucalyptus. I kind of want the seeded uke to be laying on top because it's like very textured, so I want to make sure that it looks good and it's on top. Give it an even cut to make sure that our mechanics is neat. And then we're gonna do what we do when we are making a wreath. So we're gonna tie it around and then we're gonna keep adding on pieces. So what I like to do is start with a knot, start with a clean knot. So I'm gonna take a piece, do a knot around it like that. Really tie it tight, not that tight. You should be able to pull it and it doesn't budge.
Yeah, recording, right?
I definitely am. I am. Hello, Mrs. Joe. All right. So we're making more packets and we're wrapping. Making packets and wrapping. So again, I tied one on there to the point where I tied it on to the end of the other one, and then I'm leaving length on the ends where I can tie another one onto. So you want to make sure, and I can show you the back for this too. Like I left some of the stems long, so I have something to tie on to next, but then also still make sure I tied onto the last end. So we're gonna layer them just like that. Take our packet that we made, once again, tie it on to what we made. You wanna make sure you're doing this tight. You wanna make sure you're tugging on it, so nothing's spilling out and coming out and all that sad stuff. Also, don't be like me and get all of your bind wire all tangled and annoying. Remember, just like with the wreaths, try to keep your bind wire organized. And this is coming from the girl who is not the queen of organization, not even a little bit. But try your best. All right, you want to take pieces of eucalyptus again, seeded uke, make sure it's all fluffed out and pretty. We're gonna, again, leave enough room to tie onto the next one, and then tie it up high enough to the point where it covers everything else, covers up your last high point. So I'm gonna go right here. Make sure you're fluffing out your greens so you're not like, tying over any greens that could be fluffed out and pretty. And you wanna do this tight. Same thing. Making a packet, and then we're layering and tying, layering and tying. Garlands are another cool thing that you can use for like centered pieces in weddings and tables, for like holidays, things like that. You can put them on mantle tops above the fireplace, because what's more holiday-esque than the fire being on, a nice little fire to gather around, and then a nice little garland hanging off the edges. What's more beautiful than that? Nothing. All right, so we're gonna keep making packets, packets. And look at that, beautiful. It's already coming together beautiful. All right, so again, you want to pull that real tight to make sure that nothing falls out. Wow, look at that. It's already beautiful on this table. All right, we're almost done with this garland, guys. It's coming along. Keep your stuff organized, unlike me. Again, you want to make them long enough, like that. So we're tying them over, fluffing them out. These are super easy to make too. Like, if you just have enough greens and the right tools, they're super easy to make. To be honest, easier than a wreath. Sometimes wreath making can be like stressful. This is like super chill, very easy. You could even do this with fake greens. Like if you went and bought like fake greens and you really wanted to make like a permanent one that you could use next year, you could do it with that too. But nothing smells better than a fresh garland in your house. Like literally nothing. This entire office smells like eucalyptus. I had it smelling like evergreens and a conifer tree in here earlier. Now it smells like Christmas. Now it smells like eucalyptus. I'm very relaxed now. All right. All right, so we are getting towards the end of our wreath. Again, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a packet like this, a nice big and fluffy one. I'm gonna take some pieces and kind of put them like the opposite way, just so I can make sure that it looks super nice and it's covering up any stems we got. Really get those details in there. Then I'm gonna put it right on top. And then tie. Again, fluffing out some of those greens, which is super important in this stuff to make sure that we're hiding our mechanics. Hiding our mechanics, got it. Clip away anything that looks weird, like some sticks. All right, so this is gonna go towards the end of our table. So let's clean off our table, just so we can see how it's looking. Gonna fluff out our greens real nice. Make sure everything looks like even and fluffy and beautiful. especially this little area. All right, and then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in our little willow. All right, so now we have these willow pieces. And we're just gonna tuck them underneath and in between. And extra pieces. There we go. Beautiful. Just going in and cutting off pieces and tucking them into our wreath, or our garland, excuse me. Getting really any leaves that look brown like this one. I don't know how I missed that. Girl, you do not belong here. Here we go. We don't want any dead leaves in our garland. That's not cool. It's not. Again, these are just pretty little accents, so we don't need a lot of them in there, but we're just tucking them in between, making them look fluffy. Then again, we're fluffing out our greens, making everything look nice. And then I'm gonna make this a table center garland, so I'm gonna brush everything on the flow. And again, this could be super long. It could go like to the ends of each of the table. You could put it in the middle and run it through some candles that we did. Matter of fact, I can use some of our display candles. How fun. And then you can like do a little dinner table set like this. Beautiful. All right. And that is our garland for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it has all of these different types of eucalyptus, which adds so much different texture. This room smells amazing because the moment you cut into eucalyptus, it fills the room. And then we have these touches of white that are really wintry and cool with the bleached ruscus, and also add like a pop of color and a pop of texture. Everything's just beautiful. And then you can put them as a cute little garland and trinkle pillar candles or votive candles, which are like small little candles throughout. It's absolutely perfect. The perfect winter centerpiece. Again, thank you for joining me this week. And if you guys have any questions about anything, or if you want us to see what you made for this DIY, please send an email to the email below. I'd love to see what you guys did this week, and have a good one. Bye. Sorry guys, we had a special guest. That was COO Joe. And he wanted to say bye because I'm not from Chicago and I only come here like once or twice a year, so nice little visit. But now we have to continue to our garland, so let's get busy. All right, so again, I made another packet. I made one out of the seeded yuke, maybe 1 or 2 sprigs of the baby blue yuke, and then 1 sprig of this silver dollar yuke, just to like make sure that it looks really full and nice. And then I'm gonna tie it on right here. I'm gonna make sure that when I'm tying it on right on here, like where we last tied off, kind of like how we do our wreaths, because if I don't, it's gonna fall apart. So let me show you guys that a little better. I'm gonna take the packet that I just made, make sure that 1, it looks nice, and 2, I'm gonna put it right here. We'll place it, we're a little more down actually, right here. I want 1, enough room to tie it on to like what I'm making, and then enough room to tie it on a new one. So you wanna make sure that you're having room to tie on a new one, and then also making sure that you're tying it onto the first one you made. All right? All right. So we're gonna keep going and just do like some tight loops down there. All right? All right, and now we have the first parts of our garland done. All right, now let's keep going. All right, you're gonna keep making fluffy packets. Now in the end, I'm gonna add on my, I'm just gonna stuff these in. You don't really need to tie them in.